Hello again, everybody. This is part C of assignment 5, starting the modeling process. And in this video, we're going to be talking about creating levels, okay? This is your third and final video assignment for this week. And I'm going to, again, hopefully move a little bit more quickly through this one than I did the previous two. I keep saying that, but there's just so much to learn in Revit. But we're going to talk about levels, okay? And while levels are an extremely important part of Revit, they're fairly simple to create. So I actually think I can stay on time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new assignment file. So I'm going to click on New here, and we're going to choose the architectural template again, and I'm going to hit OK. Now the first thing I'm going to do with this file is I'm going to save it. And I'm going to save it so I don't forget. Bad habit, I get working and I forget to save. But I want you all to be saving and not losing work. So we're going to get in the habit of choosing File, Save, and we're going to save this project. And we're going to give it a special name. We're going to call it the Residential Project. Okay. And we're going to call it the residential project because this is going to be kind of the starting point for your assignment next week, which is also the starting point for your late term project. Okay, so this is kind of an important assignment / file. So I want you to name it correctly and I want you to save it somewhere that you can find it. Before we save this, I'm going to click on options and I'm going to make sure we have 3 backup files running. Okay, I'm going to hit save and we're off and running. Okay. So levels, as you probably already know from our previous lecture, levels are sort of the way that we define verticality in Revit. So not only do they define verticality, but they define different views / floor plans in Revit. So right now, if I look in my project browser over here, I have level 1, click, click, and I have level 2, click, click, right? And those 2 floor plans also correspond to a level. I'm going to double click on my east elevation here, click, click, and I can see that I have level 1 and I have level 2. All right. When we start talking about walls, our walls are going to be defined by these levels, so they're pretty important to understand. So we're going to be setting up and creating some new levels. We're also going to redefine how tall these levels are. And again, I just want to reiterate, you want to get these things done correctly because they're really going to, they're going to be the starting point for your late term project. Okay, so let's make sure that we get them correct. And you are going to get them correct because I'm going to show you how to do them. All right. All right, so we're going to start off by creating and renaming our main level, okay? And that's going to be this, which is level 1. Level 1 is going to be called main level from now on, and it is going to reside here at level 0, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename a couple of these things. To find level 1, right, to see this actual marker, the level markers are only visible in views that have a vertical element associated with them. Okay, so what that means is that our floor plan, which is a view that we look down on, doesn't really have a vertical element associated with it. So in order to see these level markers, I'm going to go to an elevation or a section. So click, click on east elevation. I'm going to zoom over here into level 1 and I'm going to rename it. I'm going to click on it once, click on it a second time, and I'm going to call it main level. Hit enter. Yes. So if I hit yes here, not only do I rename it here in the drawing space, but over here in my floor plans. Yes. Okay. This level marker corresponds to a view over here in my project browser, as you can see. Okay. So we have these 2 levels generated, and I'm going to create a bunch more, and you're going to do it with me. The next level that we're going to generate, and we can only generate our levels in a view with a vertical element to it, is going to be a basement level. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to my architecture tab. I'm going to go all the way down here to my level marker, click. Okay, I'm going to go below my main level because I want to create a basement. Zoom in a little, and I want this to be 10 feet below the main level, so I'm going to move my cursor here. 9, 10, click, Okay, I'm going to move this in the direction I want it to go. Pan, pan, pan. And when it lines up there, I'm going to click and I'm going to hit escape. Okay. So I've now created a level called level 3. The marker's on the wrong side. So I'm going to click on this level and I'm going to uncheck. And I'm going to check here. I'm going to zoom in here, click on the name, and I'm going to name this basement, enter. Yes. Zoom out a little. Okay. So basement, main level. Now I have this one called level 2, but I want to change the name of this to TO beam, top of beam. Now these names don't make a lot of sense yet, but don't worry, they will when you get your late term project, okay? So I'm going to click on the name here, click once, click a second time, TOBEAM, enter. Yes. So now you're seeing all of these different levels over here and they look wonderful and they're named correctly. But this top of beam, this actually needs to be lower. So I'm going to click on actually the dimension, click. You see I can alter that and I can type 8, enter, and we have top of beam, escape, escape. I want to create another new level and I want to call this top of beam 2. So I'm going to click on level and we're just going to place it, and I want to do that because I want to place it and then show you how to alter the height. So click, move in the direction I want to go, click again, escape. I'm going to click on that level marker, uncheck this, check that, hit escape. But instead of being at 15 feet, okay, I want this to be at 10 foot 3. So I'm going to zoom in there, click, click again, 10 space 3, enter. Ooh, I don't like that. They're overlapping. Very messy, right? We don't like that. So I'm going to click on my level marker and I'm going to zoom in there and I'm going to click on that little elbow. Do you see that? Click. And then I'm going to click on this little guy, click and hold. I'm holding my mouse button down and I'm going to move it up so that those two don't overlap. Escape, escape. ZE, zoom extents on the keyboard, ZE. I zoom out and I have 4 levels created that I want. Again, this is your assignment, so if you follow along exactly, you'll get credit for it. Okay. The next level we're gonna generate is called top of roof. So again, architecture, I'm gonna come down here to level, click. I'm gonna create my next level, which will be called top of roof. There we go. I like things to line up, right? Escape, escape. And I'm going to zoom in here. And this one is actually going to be at 15 foot 4 inches. So I'm revising things all over the place, right? 15 space 4, enter. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me what level to put it at, right? But I knew the next level was going to be above level 4. And I knew that that it wasn't going to be, you know, probably way up here. So I kind of just drew it in the general vicinity of where I needed it to be, and I'm going to go back and revise it after the fact. Okay, so this one I altered the dimension, but I haven't renamed either one. So I'm going to do that now. This level 4 is actually going to be, I'm going to click once, click a second time slow. This one is going to be called top of beam 2. Enter. Yes. Okay, and this one is going to be called not level 5. Click, click. This is going to be called TO roof. Enter. Oop, I made a mistake. So I'm going to hit undo. I'm going to hit, actually, no, I'm not going to hit undo. Okay, so I chose no, don't rename corresponding views. So instead of this being called top of roof here and also top of roof here, not level 5, this one didn't get renamed. Okay, so I do want to rename this one because I want it to be called level 5, or sorry, excuse me, top of roof here and also here. Okay, so I'm going to click on it and I'm going to right click and choose rename and top of roof. Enter. Easily fixed. Okay, so now we have a basement, main level, site. We're not going to worry about site right now. Top of beam, top of beam, top of beam 2, top of beam 2. We have top of roof, top of roof. Okay. So we've created all of these levels, and let me just say this, you might be a little confused right now, but don't worry, it'll all come together when we talk about walls, you know, all of these things that we're doing, okay? The final level that we're going to generate here, which corresponds to a floor plan over here, is going to be called top of chimney. All right. And again, we're preparing this file to start our late term project. So I'm going to click on level, and I'm going to come out here and click, move it where I want it to go, click again, and I've just created the next level. It kind of assumes a name, right? But that's not right. So this level is going to be at 19 feet. So I'm going to click here and type 19, enter, and then I'm going to click here, click again, and I'm going to call this top of chimney, enter, and I'm going to click on yes instead of no on accident, right? Yes, and I have my chimney here. Okay, so there's chimney right there. I'm going to type ZE on my keyboard, zoom extents, and there are my levels. Okay, I can pop into a 3D view over here, click, and I can see all my levels in 3D as well. All right, I'm going to close that one out. So this was part C of assignment 5, and it's called levels, and this file right here is important. It's going to serve as the starting point for your late term project, okay? And if you follow along to this video and create everything in here just like I have, you will get full credit for it if you post it to Canvas, okay? Thanks everybody.